I've definitely had times where it's like, I thought I came on my period, but it's just like discharge or sweat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hormone Diaries. Today I'm here with Lucy Edwards.
Hi.
So Lucy emailed me all about periods and being blind, and I was like, yes, we absolutely need to make a video about this.
Yeah.
So first of all, who are you? What do you do?
Okay, I'm Lucy. I'm 22. I have a YouTube channel and I'm also a freelance reporter, mainly for the BBC.
For the Beebs. Yeah.
And I just hang around on the internet quite a lot, talking about blindness.
So we're going to get into like what that is like for you with having periods, because obviously this is the Hormone Diaries, and that's what we like to talk about. But you've not always been blind.
No.
What happened with losing your sight?
Okay, so when I was... Wow, how do I shorten this? So I have a really rare condition called incontinence pigmenti. Massive mouthful.
Yeah.
But basically it just means that that my retinas, which is the back of the eye, don't work properly. And when I was 8, I went for a routine eye check and they were like, wow, take us to the eye hospital. My mum was really scared. And ever since I've sort of been having treatment, my one eye went blind when I was 11, and then 17 I lost my eyesight completely to it. There's only like 1,200 people with incontinence pigmenti, and then like 30%
in the world?
In the whole world.
Wow.
And then like 30% of us have eye problems, and then I think even smaller have blindness from it. I don't think I know someone else who has gone completely blind from it.
When you first got your period, what was that like?
So I could see, like I had just under adult vision when I was age 11. I just lost my sight in my right eye, and I was like, well, how am I going to do this? Like I'm a new to everything here, visual impairment and periods. And I think I was really scared about it, really, because I think I was like, what are the girls at school going to think if I leak and I can't see it? So that's always been an issue for me, really.
Yeah, because that's quite nerve-wracking anyway, but then if you don't know, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is one thing that I always feel like happens to me when I'm on my period, is that I'm convinced that, so not every time, but some of the times I can feel the moment that I come on. Like you could just feel it just suddenly go bloop, like out of you. Are you like really in tune with that? Like can you feel that happening?
Definitely. So I was really worried when I first went blind at 17, because I'd always been able to see enough to see my sanitary towel, and I was like, sorted, it's fine. I sort of know how to do this. And then I didn't really know the feeling, but obviously since I've been blind, you get to know a bit more your body from a different perspective. It's completely shifts, like the senses that you use and, you know, how you adapt to different life. I know the time, but then also I'm kind of like, is it that? At some points, like I never know, and I guess I can never check.
I've definitely had times where it's like, I thought I came on my period, but it's just like discharge or sweat.
Yeah. Like, there was not really anyone to talk to about it, and I guess like my mom and my sister were like, you can do it, and I wore sanitary towels like all the time,
like just in case. Oh my god.
Yeah, like just in case, and I used to be like, if I got caught short, like I'd stick like loo roll down there, and I was feeling quite like not in control of my body. When you don't have that bodily process in control, you kind of don't feel quite yourself. So
like it's in control of you.
Yeah. And I honestly felt like I had sanitary towels on for probably like a year straight, and it was getting me down a bit. So I sort of then adapted to sort of like, you know, I'm not going to be ashamed of it, smelling and sometimes feeling if I wasn't sure, because I was so used to seeing it. Like, what the hell do you do, you know, as a woman?
Do you feel like you maybe have a different relationship with your period? Like, because I feel like a lot of people still find periods gross and things, but because you've had to get like up close and personal with it, are you less scared of?
I actually think that I'm a more confident person.
Really?
Because, honestly, like, because I was so scared of it coming, and I was so scared of leaking, and now watching your series and also other people sort of just not really caring if you leak, it's just like it is a part of my body, and if it's going to happen and I don't see it, it was a part of accepting my blindness, actually.
Okay.
When I went blind, I was really low and quite self-loathing that this had to happen to me. Why me? And I think my period was a part of that. because I didn't know what was going on anyway. I was out of control, my whole life was. And this was just another thing to add to the list that I just couldn't deal with and that I couldn't see. And it was probably the most womanly thing to happen in a way to my body. And I felt like maybe my womanhood, I couldn't see it as much.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily being able to use an app, for instance, because it's not accessible with VoiceOver, and using the calendar on Apple that I use. And
do that so you kind of like know roughly when you're gonna come on.
Yeah, exactly. And instead of hating the fact that the apps weren't accessible, I had to then, change it. And that was obviously a part of my blindness too. So it was a massive learning curve for me, completely.
Take me through it now. You get your period, and like, what products do you use, and like, how do you do that?
How do I do it? Yeah. So I always have some sort of lady deodorant in my bag.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, right, I can smell. Nothing's wrong with my smell. We got this. No matter the time of the month, really, I have tampons and sanitary towels. I sort of go both. A couple of years back, I went on the pill to sort of try and really track my cycle.
Oh, okay.
And that sort of sorted my dysphoria, if you like, out with my whole period situation, because I was like, it's in that week.
Yeah, you know exactly when it's going to happen.
It's not going to be any time and then I just wore pads for that week. But now, as you said, like, you get to know your body and stuff, and you can just sort of feel, I know when it's happened, really. And also with my calendar app, I track it. But obviously, when I get stressed and sometimes it doesn't come or whatever.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
because that can affect it.
Yeah, and you really have to know your body. I didn't know whether to try any sort of cup or whatever, but that's just completely overwhelming my brain at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever try one?
I don't know, because I've watched all your videos on it. I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, how do I even start? And then how would I wash it blind? Like, imagine me, like, if I couldn't find a disabled toilet, how would I get to, like, the sink or whatever?
What I always did was wipe it down with toilet paper, and then the next time I'm by a sink, then I'll clean it out properly.
Right, okay. And would you put it in after you wiped it down?
Yeah.
After that, yeah. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, have I wiped it properly?
Yeah,
Have I put it? And obviously I'd know probably to put it back in properly, because
you can feel that.
It. Yeah. And you don't necessarily look every time you put it in, do you?
Well, no, I can't bend over that far.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to see, like, actually how full it was.
Yeah.
But you might be able to feel.
Yeah.
That's
you
the
could
thing.
just pop your finger in.
Did you get any, like, help and advice from, like, nurses or medical professionals when they didn't, like, talk about periods or anything?
No, not at all. I to be honest, I was a bit stranded with it. I was really struggling with it, and I didn't want my period. I'd take my pill several times so I didn't have it, because I was so scared about it.
Yeah.
Or I'd have sanitary towels on for like a year. But now, because I'm a lot more in tune with my body, and I will just be like, I'm just going to touch it, don't care.
After you lost your sight, what was that first period like? Like, what happened with the first time?
Yeah, so, I mean, I wore sanitary towels continuously, but I was quite heavy. I remember when I was younger, a lot more. And honestly, I'm really close to my mum and my sister anyway, but it was, don't you think it's that extra level of like maybe comfort with someone? Sometimes you get a bit of warmth on your leg and you're like,
right,
have I leaked? I don't even know now if I've leaked. And then obviously I can't just be like, I'll just give it a little check.
Yeah.
You know, it's not my sort of reality. That's another thing. It's like, have I leaked on the seat right now?
And I think maybe like the worry is heightened, because actually, like, how many times, even when you did have sight, have you ever leaked?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just like this extra like added worry, because I don't think I've ever leaked, like, other than like the first day on your period where it's like on your knickers.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone who's really ever like leaked
Frosted.
to an extent where you can see it on someone's jeans or on a seat or anything like that.
Yeah. And I'd go to the toilet continuously, like every hour. I'd be like, I don't know how much is on here, so I have to change it.
Oh, and so you got through like a lot of product.
Definitely. I think I'd go through like 3 packets.
Wow.
With your stoma, was it ever an issue that you had to deal with like 2 things at once, or?
Well, I remember feeling so lucky that I wasn't getting my period, like whilst I was in hospital, and like whenever I've gone through flare-ups, my periods have always just stopped, because my body's like, I'm going through stress. Like, but now I'm on contraception as well that stops my period, and do you know what? I'm just very grateful, because it's just like, can't be bothered
yeah,
dealing with that. I remember like in the early days of coming out of hospital, when I was still like learning how to change the stoma bag, and it was like the first few times I was doing it by myself at home without a nurse, and my mum would like be there in the bathroom with me, you know, and I'm her like fully fledged adult daughter, and I'm naked, and like, you know, my stoma is there and it's pooing, and she's like helping me. I'm like, Mum, pass me this thing, Mum, help me, help me. And she's just like, I'm here, you know, not phased. So it's always really great, I think, to have like those people in your life who are just like,
amazing
whatever.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just great mums. One of the things that I've learned through what I've gone through is how like resilient and adaptable human beings are.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's so much stuff now that you feel like, oh my God, I've adapted, like this is my new normal?
Just my period as a specific example, like I don't even think about it.
That's so good.
Yeah, I just think, I've planned it on my calendar and it'll come when it comes, but I can feel it and I can touch it. I am a confident woman who can touch my period.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm like thinking now of like if I've ever touched my period, other than like putting in and taking out a menstrual cup, like you just will get some of the period on your fingers, but actually like I don't think I've ever like consciously gone, I'm gonna touch the blood.
Have a good feel.
But no, that's good, because I just think that like being confronted by your period does make you like a lot less scared of it. For your 17-year-old self who's like really struggling with periods and finding that like a really difficult thing, like what advice would you give to her?
Yeah, definitely. I would say get scented sanitary towels. Because if you're completely blind, for some reason I feel like when my period's on it, I can really smell it.
Because of the contrast?
Yeah, I feel it's very odd. I don't know. Also, I would say contraceptive pill, the pill. I was on Microgynon 30 for a while, and that took a lot of stress out of my day with it, because as I said, it was just on those 7 days, and that would probably be my advice.
And tracking it as well.
Tracking it, yeah. But also, I would say is don't be afraid of it. I really put myself down and didn't like myself for a long time because I just couldn't see it, and maybe that was me putting myself down because of my disability and not really accepting what was happening to my body in that sense. So then I wouldn't accept my period when it came, and I just think that the quicker you accept yourself and know that you are a valid human being that you know maybe has to do things slightly differently, but these challenges will make you a better person and a stronger person because you've worked out how to do something differently, and then you can make a video about it.
Then you can make a video about it and put it on the internet. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. Right. Make sure you go check out Lucy's channel, because we're going to go and do a video over there as well. All about defining our disabilities and like how we feel about that. Go subscribe to her. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more good stuff, Hormone Diaries-esque things. And also like do let us know in the comments, whatever your situation is, if there are certain challenges that come along with that, with having a period, and like what fun problem solving techniques you've come up with. Well, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.